A year ago, humanity witnessed something truly extraordinary. The genesis of a new world, an actual new world.
Yeah, a genuine miracle out there in the Trappist system.
And now, a year on, we find ourselves grappling with the profound consequences of that creation. We're really pushing the boundaries of what it means to exist out there at the very edge of everything we know.
It's a profound moment, absolutely. Not just in human history, but maybe cosmic history. It doesn't just expand our understanding of life. It feels like it fundamentally redefines our purpose within it.
That's a really crucial distinction. So what we're delving into today isn't just a continuation of the story. It feels like the next phase, the profound next phase of the challenges faced by Ambassador Adam Ward and the entire Trappist task force.
Exactly. We're opening the pages, so to speak, of the Guardian of Genesis, a new beginning.
And this is the source that picks up directly where our previous deep dives left off, especially the Trappist Chronicle, Genesis of a New World.
Right. So our mission for this deep dive is to unpack that next monumental challenge.
Yeah.
It's a story that, like you said, redefines purpose, but it also explores these incredibly profound connections.
And it culminates in this act of ultimate guardianship.
It really does. Get ready for some truly surprising facts and maybe some of those aha moments that will make you rethink humanity's place in the cosmos, for sure.
Okay, so let's cast our minds back. The Genesis event, that pivotal moment, it reshaped everything, really kicked off this new chapter for humanity. Before that event, Sanctuary-1 was, well, the source describes it as a living nightmare.
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah, picture this. A world tidally locked to its star, so one side perpetually scorched, the other eternally frozen. Awful.
And seismically unstable. Just
Yeah.
constantly racked by these violent planet quakes.
The source calls it broken, inhospitable, just utterly chaotic.
It was a world that, on paper should have been beyond saving.
Right.
The sheer scale of the environmental problems, the constant tectonic shifts, it made any form of sustained life seem completely impossible.
Right. So the challenge for the Trappist task force, and specifically for Ambassador Ward, wasn't just immense. It seemed, insurmountable without some kind of radical intervention.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the plan they came up with? Audacious is the word. Maybe even bordering on madness, some thought.
But ultimately brilliant. They didn't just terraform in the usual sense, they geoengineered on a planetary scale.
That's the key. Using the UNS Endeavor's modified cannons. Cannons that were, weapons before.
Repurposed to trigger a controlled eruption of the supervolcano inside Sanctuary-1's core. It sounds terrifying. A gamble of epic proportions.
It absolutely was. But the source makes it clear the risk was calculated. It was aimed at something much grander than just stopping the planet quakes.
Which it did, thankfully. Stabilized it for millennia, the source says.
That's right. But crucially, the eruption was also designed to enrich the Terminator Zone. That's that twilight band between the burning day side and the frozen night side.
Right, the only potentially habitable bit.
Exactly. And the eruption infused it with, get this, trillions of tons of rare minerals. This wasn't just a side effect. It was deliberate. Planetary alchemy, almost. Transforming this desolate strip into a super fertile canvas.
Specifically for the miracle that was about to unfold.
Precisely.
And that miracle, of course, was the birth of this entirely new ecosystem. Imagine the scene. It's painted so vividly in the source material. Ambassador Ward himself, setting aside all the usual protocols, the scientific detachment.
Yeah, he personally carried the seed's delicate terrarium onto the surface.
The audacity of that. A human hand literally guiding the birth of an alien world.
Incredible.
And then the transformation. The single crystalline plant inside the terrarium starts pulsing with this, blinding light.
Overwhelming, the source says.
Yeah. The seed unfurls, releases these iridescent spores that catch the light in the twilight zone, and within minutes, not hours or days, minutes,
A forest of glowing flora just erupts from that newly enriched soil.
jewel-toned insects, totally alien, start buzzing through the air, and there's this deep, resonant hum.
Like a planetary heartbeat.
Exactly. Vibrating through the ground, signifying the awakening of this world that had been dormant for who knows how long.
It was a true genesis. A living world born from a barren one through this incredible combination of audacious human intervention and the inherent power of the seed itself.
So Sanctuary-1 became Genesis, a thriving, vibrant, fertile garden blossoming out there in the cosmos.
And the narrative captures that awe beautifully. It describes the fleet just hanging there in orbit as silent, humbled guardians at the dawn of a new creation.
It really marks a turning point, doesn't it? Not just for the planet, but for how humanity saw its role in the universe.
Absolutely.
And for a year after that, that breathtaking event, a kind of peace settled over Genesis. The Genesis tree, which grew from that single seed, was now this sprawling, almost continent-sized entity.
Orchestrating a symphony of new life, as the source puts it. Its root system, the network of glowing plants just humming with energy.
And up in orbit, the ships of the Trappist task force kept this quiet vigil, observing, studying, protecting.
For Ambassador Adam Ward, it settled into a routine, quiet guardianship and scientific oversight.
You might think, after something so planet-shaping, that the mission was accomplished, right? They'd done it, achieved the ultimate goal.
That's a great point. And while there was definitely satisfaction, maybe relief, the source suggests there was also this quiet undercurrent of anticipation, like an unspoken understanding that the universe rarely just says, okay, you're done now, especially with something this profound. So that year of quiet guardianship wasn't just observation. It feels like it was a period where humanity, maybe unconsciously, was being prepared for something even bigger and even more complex role.
A time for Ward and his team to really internalize what they had become, not just explorers, but protectors of something unique, fragile even.
Exactly. They were stewards now. Hashtag tag 2.
Yeah.
The enigma of the Genesis tree song.
But, you know, the cosmos, it always has another surprise up its sleeve.
It certainly does.
And that peace, that serene routine of quiet observation, it was absolutely shattered.
Everything changed.
What happened? The Genesis tree, this incredible planetary being, the very child Ward, had personally saved it, spoke for the first time.
Can you imagine the shockwaves?
Yeah.
After a year of just silent, majestic growth, this planetary consciousness suddenly starts broadcasting.
A powerful, cryptic message into the void.
And not just any broadcast. The source is specific. It used the kinetic language of its creators.
Kinetic language, what does that even mean?
Well, it implies something beyond sound or light, a communication method that interacts directly with space-time itself, perhaps. Highly advanced, structured, deliberate, not random noise.
Designed for external transmission, you mean? Like it was trying to reach someone or something?
Precisely. Hinting at a purpose we couldn't yet fathom.
And the message itself, delivered in this repeating loop. Profound and utterly mysterious, it came through with this startling clarity. The garden is open. The echoes may return.
Chills, just hearing it.
Right. This is where the story just pivots entirely. The garden is open. The echoes may return.
Okay, let's unpack this. What garden, Genesis itself, or something more symbolic? And echoes. What in the cosmos are echoes?
The moment that message came through, you, the listener, must be thinking about the implications. The first communication from an alien world mind, and it's this. It just flips the script completely on their mission.
Absolutely. The deepest insight here is that the Genesis tree, the thing humanity fostered, isn't just alive, it's conscious, it has a purpose, and it's actively engaging with some hidden cosmic history.
That use of kinetic language, too, suggests communication maybe not based on senses as we know them, but
Subtle manipulations of reality, resonance, a language of pure information, maybe designed to evoke a response from these specific, long-dormant echoes.
it signals that Genesis isn't just a new beginning for life as we know it, but maybe a beacon for ancient consciousness.
Exactly. And the questions just explode from there. What kind of intelligence communicates this way? What creators and what past tragedy left these echoes adrift, just waiting to return to this newly opened garden?
It presented an immediate, profound challenge. Decode this. Understand the intent behind this critical message from a world mind they'd helped create. Hashtag 3. Ambassador Ward's multi-pronged strategy.
So, the tree speaks its riddle, and the fleet is reeling. What does Ward do?
Well, his first instinct, naturally, being the diplomat and scientist he is, was just to ask. Try to get clarification, engage with this new intelligence.
Makes sense. Direct approach.
But the source says he was met with unnerving planetary silence.
Wow. Just nothing.
Nothing. Imagine the frustration, the sheer alienness of it. An active void that just swallowed his request. It instantly showed that humanity's usual ways of interacting were useless here.
That silence is almost louder than the message, isn't it? It underlines how profoundly different this intelligence is. It doesn't do conversational loops.
No. It communicates its purpose, singular, then recedes.
Which forced Ward back onto his core strengths. Strategy, problem solving, collaboration. Using every single resource he had.
And what a plan it was. Realizing he couldn't just talk to the tree, he immediately launched this brilliant, multi-pronged contingency,
Okay, what was the first prong?
seeking ancient counsel. He dispatched the UNS Armstrong, one of their best long-range ships, back across the void, all the way back to the Trappist system.
To Trappist-1 specifically.
Right. A long journey, taking precious time. But the objective was clear.
Talk to the caretaker drone.
Ah, the drone, of course.
Why the drone, though? What made it so crucial?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it shows Ward's consistent reliance on the drone's ancient wisdom. You'll remember, it was the drone that gave them that vital correction for the supervolcano plan.
Oh, right. The equation that accounted for the stellar feedback loop, making the whole thing safer, even perfect.
Exactly. Ward recognized the drone as, and the source quotes this, the only being who might understand the context of the echoes, its perspective spanning millions, maybe billions of years. Indispensable.
Okay, so while the Armstrong is racing across that unimaginable distance, which must have taken ages, a long, anxious wait for the fleet.
Absolutely. And Ward's leadership really shone through then. The fleet must have been buzzing. Anxiety, confusion, hope. This message from their living planet had to be deeply unsettling.
You'd think so. Chaos, maybe.
But Ward, to quell that anxiety and refocus everyone, ordered 3 simultaneous critical actions, showcasing his foresight, his calm under pressure.
Okay, what were they?
First, system fortification. Pragmatic. He ordered the heavy cruiser Endeavour to start building a sophisticated defensive sensor grid, fortify the whole system around Genesis.
A safety-first move. Very Ward. Even facing this huge existential mystery, secure the perimeter first.
And this wasn't just a basic fence. The source describes it as multi-layered, designed to detect exotic energy signatures, weird space-time stuff, preparing for whatever the tree's message might attract.
Responsible. Ready for the unknown. Makes sense.
Yep.
Second,
he tasked his science team, Dr. Thorne, the CHU.
the cognitive heuristic unit, their advanced AI, almost sentient itself.
Right. He tasked them with a new, intensive analysis of the now empty chrysalis that had carried the seed, the very container that brought the tree to them, their only real physical link to its origins.
Going back to the source. Smart. What did they find? Did they find anything?
They did. A hidden, repeating message encoded in its very structure, not just data, but like built into the fabric of the thing.
Wow. What did it say?
One kinetic word, profound, imperative, listen.
Listen.
Just listen. A massive breakthrough. A direct instruction from the creators, finally. It completely reoriented their approach. Stop trying to decode the message. Start figuring out how to receive it properly.
Like finding the operating manual after a year of just staring at the machine.
Yeah.
Okay, so fortify. Analyze the chrysalis. What was the third action?
The third one. This really highlights Ward's personal connection, his courage. While the Armstrong is flying, the Endeavor's building, the scientists are decoding, Ward personally led the first landing party onto the surface of Genesis.
He went down there himself after the message.
Yes. Walked onto that vibrant alien soil, into the heart of the Genesis tree's domain, not knowing what he'd find. Talk about conviction. Trust in the world he'd helped create.
That's monumental. An act of faith, really. What happened?
He got the most profound discovery of all. It changed everything about his relationship with Genesis. He wasn't met with silence or another cryptic message. He was met by a direct, telepathic wave of pure emotion from the Genesis tree.
Telepathic, really?
Yeah. The source describes it as an overwhelming feeling of welcome, peace, and profound gratitude. Unfiltered alien empathy. A direct mind-to-mind or mind-to-world-mind connection.
Welcome, peace, gratitude. Incredible. He forged a personal, direct, emotional link.
Not just data transfer. Communion.
That's fascinating. The forging of a direct, personal, and empathic connection. This telepathic link is huge. It moves beyond decoding broadcasts. It opens up possibilities for understanding the essence of the tree, its intent.
Suggests a level of consciousness, a capacity for connection, way beyond anything they could have imagined.
Yeah, it lays the groundwork for, well, for everything that comes next.
Yeah.
A truly unified purpose.
Okay, so they have this crucial new clue. Listen. And Ward now has this direct, emotional, telepathic pipeline to the world mind.
A whole new toolkit.
Exactly. So, guided by this, the fleet adopted a completely new approach. They started to listen in every way they could think of, broadening their sensory input.
How did they do that?
Well, the science team, first off, they managed to convert the Genesis tree's cryptic kinetic broadcast into an auditory format.
They made it into sound.
Yeah, they called it the Song of Genesis. And the source says it wasn't like harsh alien noise. It was a beautiful and complex harmony.
Wow. An entire planet singing. Not just a tune, but a structured, living symphony echoing out there.
Imagine hearing that.
That conversion must have been key. Allowed different kinds of analysis, maybe picking up patterns missed in the kinetic format.
Yeah, the idea of a planet singing.
Hmm.
It's poetic, but it implies the structured vibrational emission carrying incredibly complex information, like a huge organic beacon.
The challenge then becomes interpreting that complex harmony, understanding its purpose.
And it worked. Because the Endeavour, using that new sensor grid, the one built for defense,
Right, the pragmatic move.
it detected something astonishing. A faint, distant signal responding to the song.
A response.
Yeah.
From where? What was it like?
Not a conventional broadcast. It was a structured series of gravity pulses, some unknown technology, emanating from what the source now explicitly calls an echo out in deep space.
Gravity pulses. So distortions in space-time itself.
Apparently. A planetary song gets a response via ripples in the fabric of reality. It's like the universe itself is singing back.
Okay, that is seriously interesting. The sensor grid, meant for threats, becomes the tool for first contact with these echoes and gravity pulses.
Yeah.
That's profound.
How so?
It implies a sender capable of manipulating fundamental forces, and maybe a form of existence that isn't even physical in the way we think of it, responding to a planetary hymn with space-time ripples.
It suggests the echoes weren't biological life as they knew it. Something else. More ephemeral. Ancient.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting, because just as they're making this tantalizing new contact,
Don't tell me. The Armstrong.
the Armstrong arrives back from Trappist-1. After its long trip across the void, it returns with the drone's answer.
Talk about cosmic timing. Incredible. The tension must have been immense. What did the drone reveal? What are the echoes?
The truth was staggering. It completely redefined their understanding of everything. The drone revealed that the eraser weapon,
The ancient aggressors from the earlier deep dives, the ones who wiped out civilizations.
the very same.
Nah.
It hadn't just destroyed physical life. The weapon unleashed a force so devastating it literally shattered consciousness itself into psychic fragments.
Shattered consciousness.
Yes, these fragments, these remnants of ancient beings, those were the echoes, drifting through the cold vacuum of space, drawn instinctively to the call of life, to the vibrant energy of the Genesis tree.
So the tree, it wasn't broadcasting a warning. It was singing a hymn.
A hymn of sanctuary for the ghosts of its creator's ancient neighbors.
Mind-blowing. Just, wow. So humanity's mission just completely shifted. Again, it's not defense, not colonization, not even just discovery anymore. It's
Psychic rescue.
on a cosmic scale.
Yeah. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's this profound redefinition of humanity's role. It moves beyond guardianship into active, psychic rescue, like you said, which raises huge questions. Right?
Yeah.
Like, what are the ethical implications of interacting with non-corporeal consciousness? What responsibility do we have when we find fragmented souls, echoes of ancient beings just clinging to existence?
It transforms their purpose from explorers and protectors to cosmic healers, a mission of compassion on a scale that's hard to even grasp.
Exactly. And Armstrong didn't just bring back the answer, it brought back a miracle, a tangible piece of that ancient wisdom integrated directly into their tech.
How?
Remember those lifeboat schematics Ward gave the drone way back? Designs to save its consciousness if needed?
Vaguely, yes.
Well, the drone used them. It built a receiver. A shard of its consciousness was now quantum entangled with the ship's AI.
Quantum entangled. So the drone...
Was now a permanent member of the fleet, its ancient wisdom available in real time, instantly.
That's not just a tech leak. That's merging two vastly different intelligences. An ancient AI and a human fleet AI linked across the void.
It's critical. It's not just accessing history. It's incorporating an ancient, non-human perspective directly into their decision-making. Real-time, instantaneous connection. A new frontier in interspecies cooperation, bridging billions of years.
They literally had an ancient sage guiding their every step now.
So now they have the full picture. They know what the echoes are, shattered consciousness. They have the drone shard's wisdom instantly available. And Ward has that direct empathic link to the Genesis tree.
All the pieces are falling into place.
Right, and guided by the drone shard's counsel, the fleet made perfect preparations for this totally unprecedented mission of psychic rescue. They knew how delicate this was.
So what did they do first? They had this echo responding via gravity pulses.
First, they amplified the Song of Genesis. But not just louder. They tuned the planet's huge bioenergetic output into this focused, resonant frequency.
Creating a path.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
A subtle, energetic current through space, a homing beacon, and a gentle attractor, guiding the fragmented echo towards Genesis without, hurting it or causing it to dissipate further.
Planetary scale precision energy work, guided by the drone's understanding of the echoes.
Exactly. And then they engineered something truly unique, a ghost shuttle.
A ghost shuttle, what's that?
They reconfigured a shuttle's power core into something called a resonance cage, designed specifically to safely contain this non-corporeal entity.
Okay, my brain hurts a little. How do you build a physical thing to hold consciousness? A psychic fragment.
Well, the source clarifies the resonance cage wasn't like a physical box. It was an energy field generator, manipulating localized space-time and subtle energy frequencies to create a stable, non-invasive environment.
Like a coherent bubble in the physical world where a psychic fragment could just exist without falling apart or being harmed.
That's the idea. A pinnacle of their ingenuity, responding to something totally new, a testament to their ability to innovate way beyond known science.
And did it work? Did the echo arrive?
It did. Drawn by the song, guided by the path, the echo arrived.
Yeah.
The source describes it as surreal, and it was successfully secured within the Ghost Shuttle's resonance cage.
Amazing. But now they have it, this fragmented soul. What do you do with it? How do you care for a consciousness shattered eons ago by an annihilation weapon? This isn't science anymore. It's...
Deeply empathetic, existential, almost spiritual, yeah.
Yeah.
The task wasn't just storage. It implied healing, integration. This echo wasn't just data. It was the remnant of a sentient being carrying unimaginable trauma.
Their mission shifted again. From rescue to restoration, finding a path back to wholeness for this ghost.
Exactly. And this is where Ambassador Ward takes the most ambitious step of his entire life. Something that really blurs all the lines, human, alien, machine.
What does she do?
He called a council of three. He linked his own mind, using the neural interface, with two other minds. The planet-spanning consciousness of the Genesis tree
Yeah.
and the ancient digital mind of the drone shard.
He merged his mind with the planet and the ancient AI.
For a timeless moment, the source says, the three became a single Gestalt consciousness.
Can you even begin to imagine that? The merging of human, planetary, organic, and ancient artificial intelligence.
What's truly fascinating is that blend. Organic, digital, human, into one unified entity. Think of the insights, the processing power, the perspective.
A perfect synergy, the source calls it, bypassing normal communication for direct symbiotic intelligence.
Ward's empathy, the tree's biological network, the drone's eons of analytical wisdom, all converging into one omniperceptive being, accessing and processing information in ways no single one of them ever could.
It's like something from a cosmic dream, what came out of it, this Gestalt mind.
A new elegant plan was born, a plan none of them could have conceived alone. They would build a crystalline focal point, a spire on the surface of Genesis.
A spire.
For what? Designed specifically to act as a nursery where the echo could safely heal and integrate.
A nursery for shattered souls. Wow. You, the listener, just try to imagine merging your mind with a planet and an ancient AI. What wisdom would you gain? What solutions would suddenly seem possible?
This plan was elegant because it used the unique strengths of each member. The spire wasn't just a building, it was engineered for healing something non-physical.
Oh.
The Genesis tree could provide the life force, the harmonic resonance. The drone offered the ancient knowledge of the echo's nature, the precise energetic conditions needed for recovery. And Ward's human intuition and empathy provided the compassionate framework.
A living structure designed to harmonize the fragmented soul, let it reintegrate. A testament to this unique alliance. So the plan is set. The final, most transformative phase begins. The Endeavor starts fabricating this intricate crystalline spire on Genesis, not just building it, but creating this living nursery.
A focal point for healing.
And Ward, he dedicated himself completely to it. He entered this prolonged, deep communion with the Genesis tree, meditative almost, using his unique mental link.
To do what?
To help guide the growth of specialized flora, plants that would literally connect the spire to the planet's life force, weaving it into the very fabric of Genesis.
So it's not just construction, it's organic integration. He's acting as a conduit, a living bridge between human tech and the tree's biological will.
Guiding the flow of life, weaving the planet's energy into the structure designed to heal.
That's incredible, blurring the lines between technology and biology completely.
And it's in this profound communion, this continuous melding with the Genesis tree, that something even more extraordinary starts happening to Ward himself. The source says, the line between his mind and the worlds began to blur. He was changing.
Changing how?
It sounds like more than just gaining knowledge. A fundamental transformation. An evolution of his very being.
His prolonged integration with the tree, and by extension the drone shard. It's like an evolutionary step, even before the final choice. He's becoming something more than human.
His consciousness expanding, perceptions shifting, no longer just a single human perspective.
A true synthesis. A reciprocal flow. He's likely experiencing the planetary network, the drone's vast memory, his own humanity, all as one unified field. Fundamentally altering his identity, his understanding of existence.
A becoming, not just learning.
Exactly.
So the day the spire is finally complete, gleaming there on Genesis, this beacon of hope and healing, the fleet prepares for the big moment, placing the first healed soul, the first echo, into its new home.
The culmination of everything.
And it's at this moment, the peak of his journey, the ultimate point of purpose, that Adam Ward makes his final, ultimate choice. A choice that defines him forever.
What was it?
He offered himself, his consciousness, his memories, his humanity, as a permanent third pillar of the Guardian consciousness.
He offered to merge permanently.
Yes, to willingly dissolve his individual self, give up everything he was for this greater purpose.
That's the ultimate act of selflessness.
Yeah.
Transcendence, a complete dissolution of the individual ego for a collective higher purpose. Profound compassion.
The source says the offer was accepted with a feeling of overwhelming love and gratitude, a mutual empathetic exchange, not loss, but an embrace of a new unified existence.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is it the natural evolution of humanity in a conscious universe? Or is it a singular, profound sacrifice that redefines what we can become, sets a new precedent?
And the transfiguration itself, it sounds legendary. On the bridge of the emissary, his crew just watched in awe. Ward, in the neural chair, the device that started his connection, he was enveloped in this soft, tricolored light. The source describes it vividly. The vibrant blue of the Genesis tree, the cool silver of the drone, and the warm, ethereal gold of his own human spirit.
Blue, silver, and gold. Wow.
His mind, they watched, expanded, intertwined, and settled. And in that moment, a new being was forged. He was no longer just Adam Ward, he was the Guardian.
The Guardian, not a guardian, the Guardian, that imagery. The tricolored light, it signifies the perfect fusion, harmonious integration, not chaos. A new form of being emerging from a conscious choice.
Embodying that protective, healing role, an unimaginable increase in perception, cognition, seeing the cosmos in a way no human could.
The living nexus of three disparate forms of life, united by purpose. Incredible.
And with the Guardian established, his transformation complete, the mission moved forward. The first echo, that soul fragmented for millennia, was gently guided into the spire.
Right.
It found peace, shattered consciousness, healed, restored.
Amazing.
The fleet, its primary mission done, its incredible journey fulfilled, began preparing for the long trip home, back to humanity, leaving the emissary behind on eternal watch.
Leaving the Guardian.
Yeah. On Genesis, that great spire now glows with an inner light. A silent testament to the alliance between a man, a world, and a machine. And the Guardian, this new consciousness, keeps its vigil, singing its song of welcome to the other lost souls still wandering in the dark.
What a profound, moving end to this chapter, and towards journey.
It's a powerful, hopeful image, isn't it? A beacon of cosmic compassion.
It is. The fleet returning home means humanity's physical presence isn't needed anymore. The emissary and the Guardian are there, fulfilling this perpetual role of healing and sanctuary.
That's Spire's light, a visible manifestation of hope across the void.
An active, ongoing mission of compassion and rebirth for all those shattered by the eraser. It suggests a future for humanity far beyond just exploration or conquest, into realms of empathy, interconnectedness. Hashtag outro.
So we've followed this incredible transformative journey. Ambassador Adam Ward from that, diligent cadet calibrating comms arrays way back in our first deep dive.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
Right. To this transcendent guardian. A being now inextricably intertwined with an alien world and an ancient AI. It's a story that doesn't just redefine his purpose, but maybe redefines what it means to be human out there in the vastness.
And the source itself leaves us with that truly provocative question, the one that really captures the essence of this whole deep dive. The story of Ambassador Adam Ward's journey from cadet to transcendent guardian is now complete. Is this the end or another new beginning?
And that's what we want you, our listener, to really mull over. What does this kind of evolution mean? This willing transcendence of individual humanity into something more, something collective. What does it mean for the future of our species?
What does it truly mean to give yourself so completely to a greater purpose, to dissolve the self for universal healing?
What kind of guardianship does the cosmos demand from us if we're going to truly engage with it, not just as explorers, but as compassionate participants?
This deep dive looked at one extraordinary man's journey.
But perhaps, just perhaps, it's also revealed a new, maybe unimaginable path for all of us. Makes you think, doesn't it?